What is our first main topic today?
Our first topic's coming from Eliezer Ziela. Hey, John, one of your topics on the John Campea Show recently was about HBO Max and how Netflix could be in trouble. My question is, are we as customers the one in trouble? With so many streaming services coming out, it'll be very difficult for some of us to have access to the variety of content we used to have by being subscribed to just one or two streaming services. John, do you think that's going to be an issue for people?
It can be. Now, here's the first thing we got to keep in mind. I've been hearing a lot of people saying, just like you did in your message there, that, hey, we used to get everything in just one or two things, either just one cable package, or we used to get everything we wanted in one or two streaming. But did you? Think about that. If Disney Plus wasn't coming, do you think they would have gone out and made a Mandalorian live action TV series for something other than a Disney dedicated service? I don't think so. If Disney Plus wasn't coming, would we be getting Falcon and Winter Soldier? I don't think so. Would we be getting a Loki series? I don't think so. If, Amazon Prime wasn't around, would a number of the series that play on it actually get produced? I don't think so. See, the positive side of this is that with the growing number of streaming services, there's a larger demand for content. There's more room for new content to get picked up. I would argue there are shows getting greenlit and things and property getting picked up today that 3 years ago would never have been picked up by anybody because there just wasn't enough room for it to get done. And that's one of the good things. Unfortunately, at the same time, it does kind of screw the customer a little bit in a certain way. And that's this. Now, for me to watch everything I want to watch, like for instance, I have you guys telling me all the time of shows and specials that I should be checking out. But quite often those shows or specials are on things that I don't have access to, or I could have if I wanted to buy another service. Whether that's Starz, or whether that's Showtime, or whether that's one of the other services out there that I currently don't have. Like right now I've got HBO Now, I've got Hulu, I've got Amazon Prime, and I got Netflix. So that's what I've got. Oh, and I got the ESPN, of course, because I'm me. But other than that, a lot of times there's all this. And now we're finding out that Friends and The Office are being taken off Netflix. They're going to be going to the HBO Max series and going over to the Universal NBC streaming services coming out as well. We are going to get a lot more fragmentation coming along. And that's going to create a bit of a problem, guys. The problem is now to watch all the content that we want to see. Granted, there's a lot more content that we want to see now than before, but still, to see all the content that we're interested in seeing means we are going to be having to have 7, 8, 9 streaming services that we subscribe to. And at the end of the day, we're paying more money now than what we used to pay just for cable. And the whole reason I cut my cable about 9 years ago was to stop paying the outrageously high cable bills. And now, it's not like, oh, I can get all the shows that I like in this one, and then all the other ones don't have shows I like. There are good shows on Hulu. There's great originals on Amazon. There's going to be great originals on Disney Plus. There's going to be great originals on HBO Max. There's great originals on, they're going to be spread all over the place. And it is, I think, Aaron, going to cause a dilemma for us viewers as to having now to pick and choose what we want to spend our dollars on. And I can't help but wonder if down the road there's going to be some bundling. I can't help but think about we're going to get into a period where there's this huge proliferation of streaming services and it's going to get out of hand. And then at some point the market will start to adjust itself where we're going to start to get some more bundled package. And maybe a HBO Max and Disney Plus decide to go in on a special deal together where, hey, get both of these networks for a slightly lower price than if you just had them each individually, or I don't know, something along those lines. But yeah, I think in the immediate future, though, for the next year or two, I think consumers, us as audience members, we're going to be in a little bit of a dilemma because not everybody can afford to pay for all of these services. And sometimes even picking services that you're like, look, I paid for CBS All Access to watch one effing show. I had CBS All Access just so I could watch Star Trek Discovery. I mean, now they've got Picard coming, and that's great, but not everybody can do that, and it's going to cause a problem. Do you see this being a problem for people, Aaron, or do you think maybe, I might be making much ado about nothing here?
No, it's certainly going to be a problem for some people, but when we talk about problems, that's a pretty good problem to have. Oh my gosh, there's too many shows that I want to watch that are too good. That's a great problem for us to have in the entertainment industry. And to your point, Stranger Things was notoriously passed on by every single network that the Duffer Brothers took it to until Netflix. So if we didn't have, like you said, if we didn't have all of these options for streaming services that were so desperate for content and in a content drought, a lot of these shows that we now are madly in love with, Handmaid's Tale on Hulu, they might not have had the opportunity to even be in our zeitgeist otherwise. So there's that. I do agree with you that yes, there's going to be bundling. I mean, I am old school, and I remember the days when we were like, oh, if we want Showtime, we can't get Cinemax and we can't get HBO. And then all of a sudden it was Showtime, Cinemax, and HBO, whatever, or however they bundled it. I don't remember. I didn't have any of them because I was the one kid on the block that didn't know what was going on in Fraggle Rock because my parents wouldn't get HBO. I know. And I'm still in therapy because of it. But yes, you're absolutely right. We will have to pick and choose. But what's going to come from that is these streaming platforms are really going to have to only offer they're going to throw a bunch of stuff at the wall, see what sticks, and then the cream will rise. And the streaming platforms that have their breakout shows like like Handmaid's Tale, Black Mirror, whatever, they're going to be the ones that survive. And then the ones that are fledgling, they're going to go, hey, can we bundle you guys with something? And they're the ones that are going to start making deals.
A little bit of a spoiler for you, just so you know what you missed out on. They danced their cares away. And their worries for another day. They let the music play.
See, I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. All of these references are missed on me.
Well, listen, guys, what do you think about that? There are already a lot of streaming services that a lot of us are probably paying a lot of money for to get them. And there's even more on the way with content that we just don't want to miss. Do you think this creates a bit of a dilemma for us? Do you think they might get into bundling down the road? Jump down to the comment section below and let me know what you guys think.